Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. We're going to do our daily technical analysis update of uranium. We'll look at the physical, we'll look at the ETF, URNM, and then blow out on the individual companies. So again, this is just my financial opinion. It does not constitute as advice, so don't use it as such, please. So here we go. Let's jump right into the charts. Here we go. So here's the physical uranium price. I zoomed in on it. You can see the movements coming in, basically zigzagging back and forth. That's the same movements that we're seeing roughly in the mining companies. And what I think we're doing is we're trying to find support here, and then we're going to jump higher from that support. But it's going to take some time to get that support. Here's URNM, North Shore Global Mining Uranium Index. I just threw a trend line through here. We tried breaking up above it. It came back below it, and we're starting to consolidate. Now this, I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to a potential run higher. So usually what happens is you consolidate, you come to a point, and then you start to go on higher. Does this have a little bit more time left in it? Maybe, maybe not. This is where it starts getting difficult to read because we're getting closer and closer to a point where this thing's going to break, I think. So I think we maybe next week, late next week, or early. I mean, it could go at any second. And we can see on the weekly candlestick that we're getting a little bit of an up week this week. And sometimes they start with a small up week and then gain steam and blow through things. So I would buy my shares now if it were me, but you guys can do whatever you want, obviously. Camco looks like it's trying to put in a little bit of a bottom. We'll see what happens here, but it's looking better. Next gen's looking a little bit better as well. Looks like we're coming down and sitting on this support back here and about to try to go higher. And Fission had a nice, good up day today. I think some of the funds may be buying it. So that one's looking a little bit better. Sky Harbor, I mean, you can see this thing is bouncing around. But it's looking like we're firming up a little bit. Alaska, it's getting tough. It's getting tougher to read because you get this sell off and then it bounces for a little bit. It's tough. I think we're going to head a little bit lower and bounce a little bit longer. In the majority of these companies, I think that's the case. But, I mean, if you can get a good price down here, that's where I'd be firing it off. Base load, we're trying to break through this resistance area. We're coming back to this support area now. And then I think we'll head higher still if the overall sector goes up and uranium price. Standard uranium, we had a down day today. I mean, I'd be accumulating, in my opinion, at 25 cents if you can get it. Doesn't look too bad in this area, 24, 25 cents. Pure Point uranium, again, it looks like we're starting to consolidate and we might try to head higher. Any point. Fission 3.0 is kind of coming right to the tip. We'll see where this thing goes. I think we're ready to try to go somewhere. Denison Mines, nice, good move off this bottom here. Today we were up again. Is this going to continue? It's almost like a cup and handle pattern that's developing. And it kind of looks like that for a lot of these, kind of a cup and handle. And this looks good to continue higher for UU. It's a small little down day. We call it a bloody nose. Big white candlestick, big tall guy with a bloody nose. UEC, I mean, it looks like we're coming down for a runway landing where we're just going to land and then touch and do a touch and go and move back up. URG is doing the same thing, the touch and go to go up. So this looks good if you guys like it. Uranium Royalty Corp, it's still trying to find a landing pad, and I think we're getting closer and closer. We could find it here in the 350 range or just below it, but it looks like we're finally going to come down and relax. This did the same thing. So we came down and we did some bouncing here before we moved higher. See these bounces? and then we moved. And then I think we're trying to do a couple more bounces here. Bannerman's trying to do the same thing on the runway. Just nice little touch and go. Here's deep yellow, nice big up day today. I think we're going to have a little bit of volatility here, and then we'll move up higher eventually. Forces Metals, nice little up day today. I think this is a good spot to be looking at. I'll throw in the trend line for everybody so they can see it. There's your trend line right there, and looks like it's holding. Good support. I like it here. That's where I would buy it. Goviax is trying to find some support too. I think somewhere in this range we'll find it, right? Kind of where it's coming. It's got a little more time, I think, to base out. Global Atomic, we're getting in that sideways zone before going higher. So we've got a little more time, I think, but we're getting close. Close to be running out of time to accumulate at these cheap prices. This is just a pennant formation here. Another pennant formation that's developed to the point. Could potentially break at any point. Forum Energy Metals, again, we're getting this sideways motion. I don't know if we're going to get anything lower than 34 cents. So I would try to get something down here if you can. Paladin Energy, looks like we're continuing to go lower here. We're coming up. I think we're going to kind of base out going sideways for a little bit. It's my guess. Peninsula Energy is doing the same thing. Like we're coming to do a landing. We just need to do a little more sideways action first before heading higher, I think. Boss Energy looks like it's trying to put its footing down where we're going to make our stand at about 18 cents. And then I think we're going to pop up and kind of go sideways, perhaps, and then higher. Laramide, this one doesn't look too bad. I mean, we've been moving sideways with it. Big buying pressure up day, and we're still moving sideways. We're contracting in the opening and closing price, and the candlesticks are getting smaller and smaller. I usually like to buy stuff around here. We could break down a little bit more, but I mean, it's getting close. National Atomic is looking good. I think this could potentially go higher even. Nice bullish engulfing pattern, small little down day. We'll see. And that's what I have for today. Overall, the uranium sector looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like it's consolidating. Looks good to pick up some shares, in my opinion, in some of these companies. And if we see a big spike down, I'd like to look for like a big tail on it for a spike down lower if we get one. We might not get one. So I would be accumulating shares here, and that's what I would do. If you guys like that, this content, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys listening. This is Finding Value.